والسلام على حبيبنا وسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما والحقنا بعبادك الصالحين. أما بعد، يروي الإمام البخاري في صحيحه بسند صحيح عن أمنا أم المؤمنين عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها وأرضاها عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: سددوا وقاربوا وأبشروا. Today's hadith is narrated in the collection of Imam Bukhari, and it's a beautiful hadith, of course, like every other hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. There's a lot of depth to it. I will only scratch the surface on this one, but it's a very important concept that this hadith talks about. The Prophet ﷺ here, the hadith, it seems to be right in the conversation. We don't have the pretext. We don't know what was going on before. But the Prophet ﷺ gives three orders to the Sahaba and through them to us. He said, Saddidu. Saddidu means always look for what is to do what is right and to say what is right. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadidan. It means say something, always look for righteousness and right. Saddidu. Waqaribu means always look for moderation in what you do. Do not go into extremes. And that's basically who we are. Muslims are, we are the nation of moderation, everything. We don't go into extremes. We always, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. Wasat means moderate and also means the best. That's how these are the meanings of it. وَأَبْشِرُوا, and receive glad tidings and good news. These are the three things. So it comes after it. The Prophet ﷺ says, فإنه لا يدخل أحدا الجنة عمله. That know this, that no good deed will make you enter Jannah. So this is a big statement, a very big statement. It's almost a revelation to the Sahaba. So they said, وَلَا أَنْتَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Not even you? Not even you? He said, وَلَا أَنَا. Not even me. إِلَّا, and here's the punchline, the exception. إِلَّا أن يتغمدني الله بمغفرة ورحمة. That except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bestow upon me His mercy and His forgiveness. The word يتغمدني is actually more beautiful than bestow. It comes from the ghamd. Ghamd is a sheath for the sword. So unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cover me, that's a better translation, with His forgiveness and mercy. So what I would like to talk about, a couple of things. The second part of the hadith, where the Prophet ﷺ says that, know that your good deeds will not guarantee you to go into Jannah. This is not a guarantee for you. Then what he's trying to teach you is this, is that don't think that Yawm al-Qiyamah, after 80 years of being in Islam and worshipping and how many Ramadan and how many Salat, and you show up with a bag of good deeds, like a bag of cash, and you put it and you get what you deserve and you leave. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. All this is conditional to the final signature, seal of the acceptance and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't know really what good deed actually will grant you to enter into heaven. You're 80 years old. Maybe there's one Laylatul Qadr when you were at 19, guaranteed Jannah for you, and everything else is we don't know. Everything else is overtime. We absolutely do not know, and that's the beauty of it. Ahl Badr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who fought with the Prophet ﷺ, there were 300, fought with sticks and they didn't even have swords. The Prophet ﷺ says, you don't know. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, do whatever you like. Do whatever you wish. I have put my forgiveness on you. You're forgiven for everything you do. Of course, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives you, you will never go astray. You're always going to continue the same path. One of the scholars said that even if I know there's no Jannah or Nar, I'm never going to make a sin. I just don't. It's just that's the way I go. But also, there's another concept that it's a very important concept, that we do not depend on our good deeds. It's not a financial transaction. We do it because without it, there's no reward without it, unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you that. The same thing when you have, for instance, when you have a headache and you take a pill, right? You are ordered to seek by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to seek a cure. But we know that this little pill is not what actually gave you the cure. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put the barakah and the characteristic of healing in this little pill, right? You go to work to make rizq, right? But you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, because al-akhd bil-asbab, that you take the means to make something, it doesn't guarantee it, but it doesn't happen without it. This is just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this world. And the same thing in this. You do the good deeds, but it doesn't guarantee. And this is a beautiful concept because it keeps us on our toes. If you, after you finish your salah and you go like, okay, yeah, another one, and you just log it, and you go, that's it, it's guaranteed, then there's a big problem if you think that way. You always have to think that, okay, that's why there's the sunnah is to do istighfar after salah, because we don't know. We don't know what happened. But at the beginning, the Prophet ﷺ said something. He said, "Saddidu waqaribu abshiru." Abshiru also means have husn dhan, have good thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will accept, inshallah. He will never let your deeds to go. Even, a little bit, there's a defect here and there. That's okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept, inshallah, that if He sees the good intention. So there's always that. There's always this balance between you do the good deed and then you hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it. Inshallah, He will accept it. And I hope this was a benefit. يروي الإمام البخاري في صحيح بسند صحيح عن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها وارضاها عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: سددوا وقاربوا وأبشروا فإنه لا يدخل أحدا الجنة عمله. قالوا: ولا أنت يا رسول الله؟ قال: ولا أنا إلا أن يتغمدني الله بمغفرة ورحمة. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.